Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. In this video, I will explain about Entity Manager Tuple, Tuple, Tuple to DTO mapping. So that means retrieving specific columns from one or more tables using JPA Entity Manager and mapping the result into a DTO data transfer object instead of retrieving full entity objects. See, understand this. This is very, very important. So, entity manager trouble to DTO mapping. So, I will explain first about entity manager. Entity manager is nothing but assume like a suppose in generally assume like you are joined in one organization. So there you have a one manager will be right. So manager tell me manager duties. Like manager will interact with the product owners, team lead, senior developer, junior developer, interns, right? Same. Here, entity manager will interact with the database. Other activities also do there, but this is the major activity. Trouble. TUBLE. This I will explain. Let's understand this entity manager trouble to DTO mapping. See, by using tool retrieving specific columns, like by using this table, we can perform the select operations. Like we can write select queries to fetch the data. So retrieving specific columns from one or more tables. By using table, we can retrieve the data. Like not the full object, we can retrieve few in like partial columns from single table or multiple tables. So here Spring Boot example entity manager table TUBLE to TTO mapping. That means retrieving specific columns. Retrieving specific columns from one or more tables, either one table or more tables. Specific column, not the all columns partially using JPA's entity manager. Entity manager will interact with the database. So as of now, understand like this and mapping the result into a DTO data transfer object instead of retrieving full entity objects. So understand right? So by using entity manager and table, we can retrieve the specific columns from one table or multiple table. Remember this. So let's start the development. I will create a new Spring Boot project. So I will take like entity manager table DTO mapping. So let's entity manager table DTO mapping is recommended to project name is in the small letters, no spaces. Artifact also same. So description also make it same. Group ID, package same. Group package same. Build type, Maven, packaging jar, language Java. Next, so we need Spring Verb, Lombok, Spring Verb, Lombok, Spring Data JPA, and we are using MySQL. So MySQL driver. MySQL driver or MySQL connector J. MySQL driver or Oracle driver will be there. So we are using database correctly. MySQL. So I am selected MySQL driver. Next, finish. So once successfully created this project, let's add the application dot properties. So let's say add once created, I will add application dot properties. See it is in progress, not yet created. Let's wait some time. Yeah, now. So now go to SRC main resources application dot properties. So you can also use YAML application dot OML. OML is fast and duplicate key levels will be reduced. Right? I will show duplicate key levels. Data source in Spring Boot. What is the default data source? Ikari CP by default data source or connection pool. So Spring dot data source dot Spring dot data source dot driver class name. It will give some options. Control S, it will give some options. If not given, we need to enter manually. But mostly it will give. Let's check Spring dot data source dot driver class name, type com dot mysql dot com dot mysql dot cj dot jdbc dot driver. This is the done, right? String dot data source dot url. See, duplicate levels. These are the same, right? These called duplicate levels. String dot data source. In second line will be there, third line will be there. These are the duplicate levels. These levels will be eliminated in YAML file, right? So coming to URL, jdbc colon mysql colon jdbc colon mysql colon ///s // fsd. What is fsd? Our schema name. I will show. These are the schemas. I will use fsd schema. In that we can create tables, procedures, functions, views, etc. Right? Okay. Next, string dot data source dot username. So username is root. Next, string dot data source dot password. What is the password? Root. Up to data source properties we are added. Now we will add JPA Hibernate properties. So like string dot JPA dot string dot JPA dot Hibernate dot DDL auto. It will also give options, some options. Let's say it will giving or not. It will giving. I will use update. That means if tables are exit, it will update. If not exit, it will create this and string dot JPA dot so SQL JPA dot so SQL. By default, it is the false. So that's why in console we will not get any SQL queries while running our application. We are calling some endpoints like it will be second like select query involved, update query involved, delete query involved, but we will not get these in console. We will not get anything, right? So I am enabling this and pretty printing. Spring dot those queries I want to print in pretty format, good format. So with good format we can understand easily more. Hibernate dot format underscore SQL equal to true. So these are the three. Control as spring dot JPA dot. It is completely different added. Spring dot JPA dot properties. Spring dot JPA dot properties dot. It will not give any suggestion when you enter this manually. Hibernate dot format underscore SQL. So application dot properties we added, right? Let's create one entity. Suppose assume customer. So customer dot entity. Customer entity suffix is wrong. Don't add. While you are creating entity, you are adding this suffix. If you are adding suffix, that is the wrong. Don't add. Customer, you can create entity package, add the customer. Finish. So here add entity annotation. After that, above add the table. Above or below add table. Some attributes will be there. Select the name. So customer. I am mentioning table name in capitals. This is not for the one customer, right? Multiple customers may be there. So I am mentioning customers table. So I need setter, getter, no R constructor, all R constructor. Setter at the right of getter at the right of no R constructor at the right of all R constructor. So now let's say are the fields like private long ID. ID is a primary key. ID is a primary key at ID. So after that yet generated what we need to select generated. See, we need to select generated value. It will be some attribute called strategy. Strategy is equal to generated type dot which DB we are using. Sequence recommended for the Oracle. Identity recommended for the MySQL. This is the done. Private string name. Private string email. So select all Control Shift F for format Control S. So it is the done. Next, let's add DTO. DTO package icon like a response. Response customer DTO. Customer DTO. Yeah, same fields I will add. So same fields I will add. Private long ID, private string name, private string Gmail. So here I will annotate setter at the rate of getter, no R constructor, all R constructor. So selector Control Shift F Control S. So entity is completed, DTO is completed. So we need to develop the service class logic. B for service. So I will explain about tuple. So that is important. So these are the already some insert query. I am developed insert query. So by using entity manager and tuple, we can retrieve the data already available in the database, right? By using select query. So I am inserting the 20 records. First, I will explain about tuple and entity manager. So then some points about we need to understand. There are like 10 points will be there. I will explain those. After that, I will start the developing service class. So about tuple, right? First point allows access by alias, alias name, or by index. Index that means like select star from name as name. Like we will like select suppose select name as name one. Suppose example name one. This is the alias. By using allows access by alias name. By using this alias name, we can access. This is called alias or index. Index. Suppose ID name Gmail will be there, right? Suppose I want this in this value name value. Then it will be ID will be 1, 2, 3. So now this is the name is the 2 index 2. Understand? Allows access by alias name or by index like column name. We can access this data by using column name. This is here. So this is the name, right? By using this name column, we can access this value. This is nothing but first point, nothing but same. Allows access by alias name or by index. Second point, tuple indexes. Indexes start from 0, whereas result set indexes start from 1, result set. So result set no spaces, tuple indexes start from 0. So okay, I said here in post point I said 1, 2, 3, right? It is the wrong. Tuple indexes start from 0, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this tuple indexes start from 0, 1, 2. Remember this most important point. Tuple indexes start from 0, whereas result set indexes start from 1. Result set indexes start from 1. Tuple indexes start from 0, whereas result set indexes start from 1. This is very, very important point. Third point, you can You can access columns by index 0, 1, 2, 3, etc, etc, etc. If you do not need a specific column, simply skip it. So post point we are understand, right? Allows access by alias name. Allows access by alias name or by index. Allows access by alias for better understanding. Column name allows access by alias column name or by index. Like, so suppose example select name as name1, then here alias is name1. We can access otherwise by using index. Like, 3 columns are there: id, name, gmail. Here id is the 0, name is the 1, gmail is the 2, right? So allows access by alias column name or by index. Tuple indexes start from 0, whereas results at indexes start from 1. You can access columns by index, like 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. If you do not need a specific column, simply skip it. That means, so one table will be there. One table is there. In the table, 5 columns are there. So these are the 5 columns. Suppose I don't want third column data. I don't want to map to the DTO. Then just skip that. You can get off 1, 0, 1, 3, 4, like that. Just skip that. Fourth point, index must be in range. Index must be in range. Otherwise, what will happen? See, otherwise you will get an error like given index. Suppose I'm given 5, index 5. Given index was outside the range of result tuple tuple size. You will get error like index must be in range. Otherwise, you will get an error like given index was outside the range of result tuple size. Result out of outside the range of result tuple size. Here, fourth point important. Index must be in range. Otherwise, you will get an error like given index 5 was outside the range of result tuple size. So fifth point, tuple tuple stores query results. Tuples stores query results row by row. Sixth point, provides an efficient and clean way to fetch partial data in Springboard without loading full entities. Without loading full entities, right? Without loading full entities. So without loading full entities. That means here providing an efficient and clean way to fetch partial data in Springboard by using EntityManager Tuple. By using Tuple, we can fetch partial data. We can fetch partial data in Spring Boot without loading full entities. Suppose I want to fetch full object. Then how? Just we can go for the JPA methods like so find by ID, find all, or if not sufficient those finder methods. So find by name and Gmail, find top five columns like that, find top by names like that. So seventh, useful, useful for fetching, useful for fetching only specific, only specific columns instead of entire entities, instead of entire entities. So performance benefit, performance benefit, performance benefits here useful for fetching only specific columns instead of entire entities. Performance benefit. So it works well for complex complex queries with joins joins while keeping JPA features. See, works well for complex queries. Works well for complex queries with joins while keeping JPA features. While keeping JPA features. Ninth point. So let's see 8 point. So by using table, we can fetch data from the either one table or multiple tables. See, multiple tables comes under the joins, right? So 9 point only works for select select read read only works for select read only queries, not valid for insert comma update comma delete. 10th point, if you want if you want all columns, if you want all columns, simply fetch the entity instead of using tuple. That means if you want all columns, simply fetch the entity instead of using tuple. So if you want, if like one table will be there, in that 5 columns it will be there. In that 5 columns, we need to fetch. Then we can go for the like JPA methods, find by ID, find all kind of. No need of going to tuple, right? These are the very, very important points about tuple. I will read one more time, and after that I will develop service class. See, allows access. See, about tuple allows access by alias, column name, or by index. Tuple indexes start from 0, whereas result set indexes start from 1. You can access columns by index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Like if you do not need a specific column, simple skip it. 4th point, index must be in range. Otherwise, you will get an error like given index, assume I am passed 5 index was outside the range of result. Tuple size. Tuple stores query results row by row, provides an efficient and clean way to fetch partial data in Spring Boot without loading full entities. Useful for fetching only specific columns instead of entire entities. Performance benefit works well for complex queries with joins while keeping JPA features. Only works for select read only queries. Not valid for insert, update, and delete. Insert, update, and delete. If you want all columns, simply fetch the entity instead of using tuple. Simply use the JPA methods like find all, find by ID, like that. If not sufficient those, let's go for the, if you want full object, then let's go for the like finder methods, find by name and Gmail, find by like Gmail, username, first name, last name, like that. So 3 points we are understand about tuple, tuple. So let's start the development of service. So right click, class, customer service. So customer service, package name dot service, right? We need to annotate with at service. So now let's create a method public. Suppose we want to fetch list of records, right? By using select query. For that list, we need to pass the so customer DTO, customer DTO. So method name like fetch customers, get customers, like that. Fetch customers. Suppose fetch customers. Parameters are not required. Let's import first. So list, after that DTO. So now what we need, entity manager. It will interact with the database, right? Where said private final entity manager. Private final entity manager. We are injecting through constructor injection by using longback required R constructor. So entity manager dot create query. There are so many methods are there for create named query, create query, store processor, finder methods. So many are there. Get properties, get meta model, blocking, flash, get lock model. So many are there. Merge, lock, join, is open, is joined to transaction. So many are there. We need a create query. We need create query with two parameters. Like let's check there in two parameters. SQL string result mapping. No, this we need. This we need here. String SQL query class result class. This we need. Result class is nothing but so tuble dot class. This is the result class. We need to develop the, let's import first. So import Jakarta persistence. We need to write the query. For that, let's maximize first private final string. Suppose select customer, select customers. Otherwise, customer select query, customer select query. So customer select query, customers, multiple customers, right? Customer select query. Let's add here. So like select. So like I am taking reference like alias for class. Suppose C is a customer. C dot ID, C dot ID, C dot ID as C dot ID as ID, comma, C dot name, C dot name, C dot name as SQL commands I'm making capital as C dot, so C dot ID as ID, C dot name as name, comma, C dot Gmail, Gmail as Gmail as Gmail from customer, from customer. You need to understand here. Here customer alias is C. You need to understand here. See, select C dot ID as ID. ID. This is the not the column name, it is the field name. This is also field, not column, field. See, allows access by alias, field name. This is the field name, not the column name. You can access field by index. So like these are the field names, not the column name. This is a class, Java class, customer, not the DB table. DB table we are added customers, right? That is not this. So next paste here. So it will return list double list TUBLE. What is the result? So list of customers. Suppose customers list, right? Customers list of double customers list. So here, so entity manager dot create query. We need to mention entity manager dot create query, not the native query. We need to select the create query. See here, create query, create query. So this one, create query, string and class. This one we need to select create query. After that, we need to get result, get result list. So execute a select query and return the query result as a typed list. As a typed list. Here what is telling, see here. So class, right? See, create an instance of a typed query for executing a Jakarta persistent query language statement. The select list of the query must contains only a single item, which must be assignable to the type specified by the result class argument. So this is done, right? Now what I need to do? So now let's check this particular result is empty or not. So so collections dot, so is there any method collections dot, so many methods are there, let's check. So let's use collection, is there any util, let's check collection util dot, so is not empty, let's check collections util. So is there any collections util like that? Collection util, this is the Spring framework. Let's use the collection util. This is the CGlib. Here collection util is the CGlib. Use this one. So let's remove existing. This is the CGlib. That is the different. So collection util. We need a Spring framework. Dot is empty will be there. Any not. So is empty. So it is checking is it is empty. So if not empty, we are saying go to. If not empty, go inside, right? We are saying if it is not empty, go inside. Then let's take for enhanced for loop. Let's take enhanced for loop double. So suppose customer colon, this is the customers list. So row by row it will be iterate, right? Row by row it will iterate. Row by row it will iterate. Then after that we can access by in two ways, right? Allows access by alias field name or by index. So first I will show by using index approach. So access by index, access by index, post this customer dot get index starts, double index starts with 0 and type. So ID, suppose 0 means ID, it is a long, less long ID. Next one, it is a name, string name, customer dot get off. So it is the one, it is a string dot class. This is not recommended by using indexes, but based on name, it will be recommended. Why? Because so after some days, someone is removed, some column in that table, middle of the column will be removed. Then it may disturb. This may disturb. For example, for more clarity, suppose customer will be there, ID, name, mail, and sub location will be there. So I want post to and last one. I don't want this Gmail. Then I have passed index 0, index 1, index 3. So someone is removed this. Someone is removed this. That means now index 0, 1, 2, but I am mentioned 3 as well. Now I will get as well this I will get given index 3 was outside the range of result double size. It will be issue, right? So it is not recommended, but I will so post this. After that, I will change. Copy this. So change to here instead of name Gmail. So after that, let's create a one DTO list of customer DTO. So customer DTO list equal to array list semicolon. So let's add here dot add customer DTO. Let's add here. So list of customer DTO. So let's check. So this customer DTO list. So customer DTO list. Here we need to set these field values to the customer, right? We need to set for that. We are taken all our constructor as well. So let's set by using all our constructor. ID name mail. Let's set. It will be continuously iterate up to the this select query. If it is 5 records are there, it will call 5 times. If it is more, it will call more time. So after that, so here return result. So let's check. This is closed. So this is closed. So first it is closed. Then it is closed, right? What is saying? See, mismatched. What we need to return? We need to return this one. We need to return this one. List of customer DTO, not the double one, right? Not the double one. So let's remove unused imports. Select Control Shift F for pretty format. Control S. So it is the done. So let's develop the controller. Right click new class controller customer controller. Finish. So now inject REST controller. After that inject at request mapping. So it is recommended to add like a class level path, like a class API kind of. After that, let's create a method public. So it will return the list of records, list of customers, right? List of customer DTO, like customers, get customers, no parameters. So imports list customer DTO. So let's use require our constructor. We need to inject, right? We need to inject service here. For that, private final customer service reference variable we need. So customer service, just return it dot fetch customer. Done, right? Just return it. Control S. If you want any logs, last add at the rate of SLF4J. So log dot info. So suppose entered into customer controller, like that. But I am not printing anything in log, so maybe it is not recommended to add, but for tracking purpose it is good. If you are added some logs in any class while you are developing, if someone will ask why you are added this log, you can see for tracking purpose I have added. I want to know this class is invoked or not when I hit this endpoint, like that. They will agree. So if you want to, you can also SLF4J add here some logs. So I am not adding. Otherwise, do one thing, I can add here also one. Like here I can add after checking the not empty log dot info. So customers. So suppose do one thing. Customers are exist. Customers are exist. Not empty. Not add. That means some data will be there. Customers are exist. Okay. Let's run this class. If it is any failures, then we can check by using some logs. It will print that default logs by using those. Let's check and let's fix it. See, Hibernate unable to detect determine dialect. So this need dialect. So this so it is telling unable to determine dialect. Let's check post our these properties. These are the right or not. Why it is not able to detect. Let's identify these properties. So post check spring dot data source dot driver hyphen class hyphen name com dot mysql dot cj dot jdbc dot driver. So data source URL jdbc colon mysql colon // fsd username password. So otherwise let's add the direct as well. Spring dot so I am using Hibernate 8. So spring dot JPA dot after that spring dot JPA dot mm, properties spring dot JPA dot properties dot Hibernate dot dialect dialect equal to so org dot hibernate dot dialect dot mysql 8 dialect mysql 8 dialect org hibernate dot dialect dot mysql. Let's rerun. So it is failed to run, right? Before see in this tables there is no customer table. Once it will be up and running, so we will get one table. Let's check this time error will be resolved or not. Wrong argument exception. Wrong argument exception. More format database URL. I think itself it is wrong. So this URL itself wrong. Let's check JDBC colon MySQL colon. See, we need to mention here localhost colon 3306. If we were using cloud, you need to mention cloud URL. This is the port. So let's run as Spring Boot app. Let's see this time. Still, it is failing. Cannot load connection. Database URL. See, let's check if there are any other mistakes. Application dot properties. See, this is also only one slash. JDBC colon MySQL colon double slash. This is the host, either local host or cloud host port schema, right? So run as Spring Boot app. See, this time table will be created, right? Go to MySQL, just refresh. We will see here customers table. See customers in our entity we are mentioned like a capital, right? But this table name it is here we are mentioned like a customers, but see here it is small letters. Okay, fine. So no data. Let's we have some data, right? So some data. This like ID, Gmail name. Insert into this is the schema. This is the table name, ID. These are the like I'm adding these three columns and setting the three values. Like we can also use insert into table name value directly. If we are setting data to all columns, assume I'm setting data to few columns only. Suppose this table have 5 columns. I'm setting data to 3 columns. Then it is recommended. So 20, right? Go to MySQL query this one. Select all, execute. So inserted, right? Now go to this, just repress it. Otherwise, we have query, right? Just run it. See, 20 records are there. So now go to the customer controller API slash. Here we are not entered this path, right? Get mapping. So method level path we are not entered at. Let's add method level path as well. Get mapping. See, get mapping. Customers controllers. Let's run this application again. So this time it will not create any tables. Already table will be there. So it will not create. So let's open the Chrome. It is a get call, right? Chrome will be supported. If you want, you can use Postman as well. HTTP 8080 is the default port. API slash customers. API slash customers our endpoint. Let's hit enter. See, these are the records. So these are the records, right? So let's go to the service. In service, we are used by access by index, right? We are done by using access by index, but it is not recommended approach. It is not recommended approach. It creates some error maybe in future. It is not recommended. It is not recommended approach. Access by, so access by field names. Field name access by field name. It is recommended. It is recommended field name like ID, Gmail. This is the ID, right? ID, This is the Gmail ID, Gmail name, right? Let's run. Let's run this application. Run as Spring Boot app. Once up and running, so we can again just it again. So let's refresh. Yeah. So these are there, right? So it will be printed. But here, what I done, I am I have retrieved all columns. 3 columns I am retrieved. I can also go for JPA, find by all, right? Then what is the need of table, right? So we can access specific columns, right? We are learned, right? So I want ID and name, ID and Gmail. I don't want to name. Then command this, go to service, command this, control S, the specific columns. This is the main usable table. So name, right? Name. Remove this name, remove it. Control S. Let's stop the server. Let's rerun. Right click, run as Spring Boot app. So once up and running, we will hit the endpoint. Just refresh. See, name will be removed. So by using table, we can retrieve or fetch specific columns either in single table or multiple tables. So here we no need, like if you are no need of full entities, full objects, then we can go for the table. In this video, we are successfully understand entity manager table TUBLE to TUPLE TUPLE to DTO mapping. That means retrieving specific columns from one or more tables using JPA entity manager and mapping the result into a DTO data transfer object instead of retrieving full entity objects. Thank you for watching. For more videos, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. So this is the post video in this series. I will mention here FST I-1, 2, 3 like that. So I will make multiple videos on this topic. Thank you.